Churches are built in such a way to remind us of a glimpse of heaven when we enter into it. Our cathedral, St. Patrick's Cathedral in the city, the moment you enter into the cathedral, you realize straight away, wow, this cathedral is huge and I'm so little. It's meant to remind us of the grandeur of God and God's majesty and our presence in Him and with Him. The huge glass windows let in light to remind us of the light of Christ that lights up the path that we walk. And then we look up to the ceiling, and the ceiling, there's an arch to the ceiling which is pointing up, reminding us of our prayers reaching heaven. And the ceiling at St. Patrick's Cathedral, there are lots of angels carved out in wood to remind us of heaven. So the church is the new ark. Noah's ark gave creation opportunity to survive and to start again. The church, this new ark, through her sacraments, gives us the grace each day to live a life faithful to Christ, so we can live it fully and completely as God calls us to live our life each day. Some years ago, I visited Italy, and I went to Turin, where the Salesian Mother House is. And whilst leaving this beautiful church, I saw on the left-hand side of the wall a beautiful, huge painting of a vision that St. John Bosco had. You can see him kneeling at the bottom of that huge painting. And there, looking up, there's this huge ship. And at the helm of the ship is the Holy Father, and behind are the cardinals and bishops and priests and people, lots of people on this huge ship. The church, the ark, the new ark. And there is a huge storm at sea. And this ship had two anchors anchored onto two pillars on either side of it. On one pillar is the monstrance, the Eucharist. On the other side, the other pillar was our Blessed Mother. And the Pope is holding onto the helm, anchored between the Eucharist and our Blessed Mother, between Jesus and Mary. And that storm, it will eventually subside, but whilst the ship is in the storm, it's anchored safely. Nothing can harm it. And everyone in that ship are secure. And there's little ships, little dinghies coming towards the big ship for safety. When we began these live streaming, these masses, I did mention there's three things I don't like doing with the Passion. One is bungee jumping, the other is paragliding, and the third is to be celebrating Mass in front of a camera. But I did all this so that you could still participate with the Mass that's being offered for you here in this church. Here in this parish, like that beautiful image, we had adoration every day, we prayed the Rosary, and we anchored ourselves between Jesus and Mary. And so I'm grateful for all of you for participating in adoration every day and praying the Rosary. So together we got through this difficult time. See, when our faith is strong, it then leads us to be anchored in hope. And what is hope? Remind us that yes, this time is tough, but this too will pass like everything else. For those who have little faith, have very little hope, And when the storms of life hit against us, then if our faith is not strong, our hope is weak, and then we fall to the ground, we crumble to the ground. But these 7 months have been for us an opportunity which we have never had before, that we prayed every day the Rosary, we spent time in front of the Blessed Sacrament, we participated in Mass. You have created a good habit. They say it takes 3 months to break a bad habit. It also takes 3 months to create a good one. So for the last 7 months, you had the opportunity to break bad habits, but you also had the opportunity to create good habits, to pray the Rosary every day, and to spend time in adoration, and to participate in Mass. Don't give up the good work you've invested in all these months. Go to Mass more often. Pray your Rosary every day. And when you can make the opportunity to come to Mass, come early and spend some time in front of the Blessed Sacrament. Here at St. Anthony's, we're working very hard to get the chapel up and running so we can have adoration all the time. So you can continue to come and to be in Jesus' presence, receiving all the strength to continue in life's journey. So you and your families will be safe in the midst of the Eucharist and our Blessed Mother, journeying through life with God's blessing. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.